This video will show you how easy it is to add a side snare to your DTX8 or DTX-PRO module. Now, even though we've called it a side snare, it can be any sound you want, any sound from the module, or it can even be one of your own samples. So what you need to do is first of all, get the pad and put it on a stand in a place where it's comfortable to play. I'm using an XP125 SD-M for mesh because this is a mesh kit. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to connect the new side snare pad to the module. Now I'm going to plug it into input 14 because that is available and empty on this module. But if you have something already in input 14, you can go into the input on the back of the bass drum pad and you can use that instead, and that is input 13. You have to do a couple of things slightly differently, but it's the same sort of thing. So let's plug in the pad. Once you've plugged in, make sure your module is on, press the menu button and go down to trigger and then press enter. Now, if you're using the input on the bass drum pad, input 13, you need to go to input mode and just check that the kick pad 13 is separate. If it shows paired, you need to press the minus button so it goes to separate. That means you can use the bass drum and the trigger input as different pads. Assuming you've done that, that's fine. If you're using input 14, you don't need to do this. So I've gone back to the trigger. I'm going to go down to pad type and press enter. And I'm going to hit the pad lightly, and this is an XP125 SD. At the moment, it's showing an XP125 Tom, which I don't want. So I need to find the snare pad. There we go. So I now have an XP125 SD-M for mesh because this is a mesh kit. So we've chosen the correct trigger settings for this. So now we need to select a suitable sound for our side snare. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to F1 instrument and I'm going to hit the tom lightly. So it shows me pad 14 and it shows me that this is a 16-inch recording custom floor tom. Now I don't want that, I want it to be a snare. So I'm going to go up to category and I'm going to change this to snare 1 for acoustic snares. And then I'm going to go up and I'm going to find a 10x5 maple custom snare drum. There we go. That's the sound I want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to store the kit. So I'm going to press the store button and the module will automatically find the next available free kit, which in this case is user 03. I know it's empty because it's called the user kit. It hasn't got a name. I haven't given it a name. And I'm going to rename this one. I'm going to call it Recording Custom. Let's do something like Recording Custom Kit 4. Now I know that every time I come to Recording Custom Kit 4, that pad will be a snare drum and the rest of the kit is as I expect it to, and it's got the correct trigger settings. So I'm going to press OK, I'm going to press store, and it's saving it. So let's just check how the kit sounds. That's it. Everything from plugging in the pad, selecting the correct trigger setting, selecting a sound, and saving the kit.